like let this pass. Also seen a lot of positive things. Okay. Reveals I'm practically at 15,000 volts. Hi book besties and welcome to this new video. In this video I have no idea what it is going to be. I think it could be like doing some bookish things, or it's like a little vlog where I take you guys on a few days in my life with me. I'm still not sure, but I have a free day today. And I was like, oh my god, wait, I just realized that I didn't show you like the new books that I got. Because, a little context, for my birthday, Christmas and New Year's, I got gift cards of the bookstore. And the past few weeks I have done some trips to the bookstores and I wanted to buy some new releases. And I also bought some books on Vintage. And yeah, I'm just going to give you a quick haul of the books first, and then we are going to jump in the other sections of the video, which I don't know what they will be, but yeah. So first, the books that I have from Vintage. I bought Weather Girl by Rachel and Solomon. I read the X-Talk by her a few more than 2 years ago probably now. Yeah, I think it's about now 2 years ago. And I actually enjoyed it. So I saw this one and I got it for like €2, so I couldn't like, say no. And then I have Between Us by Varley McFarlane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But I've seen Haley Pham talk a lot about the books from this author. And I was so curious because I feel like romance, for me personally, is like getting a bit boring at some moments. Because I feel like I've read every single book and every single plot and every single storyline multiple times, and I feel like it's getting like I can know how it will end. So when she said that it wasn't really a romance but more like a literary fiction, I was like, I can try that one. So it's Between Us because I was watching a video by her actually, and she was reading this one, and she said, I think she said that it was one of her favorites that she had read. And then from the bookstore, there's a little story there, okay? Let me tell you the story. So I went to one bookstore with my mother. I had 3 books ready in my notes of which books that I wanted to buy with like the gift cards that I brought, and they had none in store. None. And my mom was like, wait, we can go to the other bookstore, like in another city. We went to the other store and there I have bought 3 books. 1 was on the list and 2 were not. So let's start with the one that was on the list, and it's the new release from Abby Jimenez, Say You Remember Me. I started reading her books like last year when Just for the Summer came out, and actually fell in love. And now I think I have pretty much every single book of hers on my shelf, so I couldn't like let this pass. So that one. And then the first one I actually saw when I entered the bookstore was Summer in the City from Alex Astor. But I love the cover of this book, and it's the hardcover with sprayed edges. I love like the things, like the covers on the hardcover themselves. I just think that's so cute. And I only have like one other hardcover on my shelf. All the rest are paperbacks. And I'm actually in love with it. Ask my friends because it's the only thing that I've pretty much been talking about for the past week. So really excited about that one. And then I saw like the morning before I went to the bookstore, I saw a podcast saying that Deep End was the people's favorite book from from Ali Hazelwood. So I was like, should I buy it? Should I buy it? And honestly, I needed some like bookstore therapy. So I was like, yeah. And then I went to another bookstore with my best friend last week, and I bought Out of the Woods from Hannah Bonham Young. It's been out a while actually, um, but I just wanted to buy it in a store and they never had it. And I'm so excited for this one. And Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone, I don't know. Also seen a lot of positive things about that one. So that. And then this morning, an order on Sunday for a book. Two books actually. One is a pre-order, but another is Fearless by Lauren Roberts, because I think this is probably my most anticipated release of the year. So today is actually going to be a reading day of Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I would say let's just begin reading because yeah. Okay, bye! Hi guys, I feel like it's time for a little update. I was watching new Sarah Caroli video and honestly I'm having so much fun. I was having a snack and watching that at the same time. But I took the dust jacket off, by the way. I'm at page 145 of Fearless by Lauren Roberts, and honestly, I went into the book and at page 20, I was sending my best friend videos of me saying quotes from this book that are literally insane. I love them so much, and the quotes are just, you know, sometimes you just have to, like, I was reading them and then I had to like take a moment to like rethink and like get back into focus and forget about those quotes, even though they're literally the most perfect quotes ever. I'm going to tell you them. It's a few quotes from page 15 and page 21. So if you don't want to see that, skip ahead. I'll put the time to when you can skip. My head whips around, unable to stop myself, unable to focus on anything but the burning need to look at him. But it's not his grey gaze I crush into. No, this one is brown, murky with blatant hatred. These are not the eyes I search for in every crowd. Not the eyes that rake over me with the reverence I revel in, not the eyes that have counted every freckle dotting my nose, every shiver of my body. My gaze scans the room, body shuddering in pain as I search for him. I'm frantic, eyes fumbling over unfamiliar faces. Them the pretending, them the hiding, them everything but him and us and this moment where I need him. But he's nowhere to be found, and for the first time since stealing those silvers from him on Lute Alley, I feel utterly alone. That was the first moment. That I was like, okay, this is going to be a roller coaster. And then I started reading chapter 2. It's not as though she hadn't promised to be my ruin, hadn't already become my demise. She is the single most destructive thing I have ever desired, and yet it is the diamond on her finger that will destroy me. I watch Payton through gaps of gawking crowd, just as I will for the rest of my life. I'll be forced to spend my days at her service, but never at her side. In her shadow, but never truly seen. In love with a girl I bowed to long before she became my queen. And then another one, I've been nothing but willing when it comes to drowning in those ocean eyes, but now I can fathom drowning if she is not the anchor I'm sinking with. I did this to her, to us, to each moment I spent hoping she would be the center of everyone to follow. I am the monster who hunted her down, I am the beast who delivered her to this doom, and I am afraid I'll become so much worse when I'm no longer striving to deserve her. Engagement. It feels as though the ground is caving in beneath me. Why couldn't we have just stayed in that field of poppies? I would spend the rest of my days making her flower crowns if she wanted to be a queen. My queen. Not kids, not Ilya's. Mine. I think that was like one of the teasers that Lauren Roberts posted on her Instagram too. But so far, actually really enjoying this. I annotated some of it because, like I said, the quotes are crazy. I love them. I don't think I'll finish it today though because I don't know, I feel like I won't enjoy it as much if I read it in one sitting. So I'm taking like a few breaks in between, watching a YouTube video, or I'll probably do some other things tonight. I will continue reading a little bit more right now, but I wanted to give a little update, and yeah, I'm really liking it. And I'm so enjoying this. But yeah, anyways, I'll finish the Sarah Caroli video right now, and then I'll continue reading a bit more. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. Yeah, I think. Bye! I finished Fearless. It took me 3 days, which is okay, I think. I don't really know what to think about it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than the second book. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I annotated a lot, if you can see that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I love it, actually. I just don't really know how to explain what happened in the book. So obviously the book started where, you know, the second book ended. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you what the story is about. So at this point, Peyton is engaged to Kit, who is now the king of Ilya, the kingdom. And he wants to reunite Ilya, like the kingdom, with elites and ordinaries. So everyone has to be peaceful again. It is really hard to explain this in English because, yeah, I'm Dutch. But because the court doesn't really trust Peyton, she has to do her own trials again. 3 trials that she has to do to deserve to be the queen of Ilya. And throughout the entire story, you discover some secrets, and yeah, honestly, I feel like it is a good way and a good book to finish off the trilogy, and yeah, I love it. It's cute. It's cool. I feel like it is really well written too. Like Lauren Roberts, the fact that she's only 21 amazes me every day. Like I was reading this in her acknowledgements. Writing fearless at the age of 21. That's crazy. I feel that's such a great achievement and it's good too. So definitely a recommendation. This trilogy was the first fantasies that I've ever read, and honestly, the first book was like, the first 50 pages were like really hard for me to get into and to understand what was being said. Other than that, I read it so fast and I gave it 4 stars too, which I didn't really expect because I wasn't really in a mood. Is that a correct way of saying it? I wasn't really, like, I was always a romance reader, sometimes a mystery reader. Then suddenly I was reading a fantasy and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool actually. But still, after 2 years, it's still the only fantasy trilogy that I have ever read. The next thing that I want to do now is some files that I have to fill out, some forms that I have to fill out for some arcs that I had. I want to make a post to post on my Bookstagram and BookTok on Saturday because there's a cover reveal that I am part of. And I also want to either write my second book or edit my first book. I'm not sure which one I want to do that yet. But we're going to start with filling out the forms and making the posts. I'm going to get started on that and I'll see you guys later. Bye! So I just made the graphics that I'm going to post for the cover reveal probably tonight because I changed like the time zones because the author is posting from New Zealand, so I have to change the time zones to Belgium. And at her time that she told us that she's going to post, that is going to be tonight for me, which I didn't know. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm honestly really happy with how the graphics turned out. I'm so in love with the cover and I'm also really glad with what I made as a graphic, and that can be said too. I also caught up on some posts that I missed from the people that I follow. DMs are answered. So now the only thing that I want to do today is write or edit, and I still don't know what I want to do. And I'm stuck in like a good and fun scene to write, so I might just write. That's cool, that's fine. I'm really happy with how the graphics turned out. My eyes is like wondering. Also, if you see like a different background, that is because I've already said it, but my room has changed a bit. My desk was in front of my window, which was like this right here, so I was sitting like this, and now it's turned towards my window where my keyboard was sitting. standing was placed. I don't know, because I felt like my computer was like overheating every time I turned it on and it was like in the sun. So I did that, and I changed out my reading chair with my guitars, like the corners. My keyboard is not on the standard anymore. It's now hidden behind my closet. And that's pretty much everything. My TBR card is now next to my desk because I had to like move my bed a few centimeters towards my door, and I didn't have place for the TBR card anymore, but now it's there. And honestly, it's so good. I'm so happy with like how it's placed right now. Is there anything else I should say? Also, I continued with my reading journal. I don't know what was the last thing was that I filmed. But I continued a little bit. I did like the pages for the Gold Rush Ranch series, and my niece came over for like a scrapbook journal afternoon, and I made this page. It's not finished yet, but I don't know, it's just cute. With my favorite songs from past month. And I want to like make all of these pictures from how I am. And I printed this Williams cap, and there's a camera, little sea things. I don't actually like the sea, but it was cute, so I thought I should add it. So yeah. Anyways, I'm like yapping here. So I'm going to write for like an hour, maybe. See how much I can write in an hour. I feel like that's a nice challenge. That's so strange to me that I'm like at chapter 5 and I'm already at almost 11,000 words. Because I feel like in my first book, to get to the first 10,000 words, that was such a long progress, and I feel like I was already in over the first 10 chapters. I don't know if that makes sense. I would have to check it actually, but I feel like now my chapters are way longer, because when I started writing my first book, it was like new and I didn't know how to fill like scenes. But towards the ending of book 1, I learned how to make my chapters longer. So now when I started first book 2, that came like way easier and my chapters are way longer, which I like. Chapter 6, that's crazy. Okay. It's starting to get confrontational. I wanted to add like a little time lapse of me writing this morning, but my camera was charging because the battery was low once again, so I couldn't record. But I wrote a total of, let me check actually. Now I have written this morning 1,391 words, which is kind of good for me because I see some people like writing thousands of words a day, and that's just not me. I'm struggling so hard with like writing full scenes and writing like every day with like a routine. I want to try better. And I really want to try better because I feel like right now I'm like writing and then I won't write for like a few days. And then I will write again and then ignore it for a few days, and then I will write again and then I will ignore it, and so on, so on, and so on. Like I want to set a routine for myself, write that combines like work, writing, editing book one, reading, filming my videos, because my routine, like I wanted to upload a video every Saturday. That is not working out. It is currently Saturday and I'm still filming the video for tomorrow. So I want to like set a routine, because now I feel like my life is a mess. That's one way to say it, but yeah, I'm still glad that I wrote almost 1,400 words this morning in like 2 hours maybe. So I'm really glad, because yeah, I'm still struggling to like write and be good at what I'm writing. And I know what people say, like it's the first draft, it doesn't matter if it's good, but if you're writing and you think to yourself that this is bad, that's not really motivating to keep writing. But I know from my first book that it keeps getting better. So the more I write, the more I will get in a good way. Mindset, if that makes sense. So I just got back from work. I don't have time to write now, too, but I might later. So I kind of like see all of these writing vlogs on my YouTube homepage, and I really want to make that. Like I feel like it's so cute and so it sets you in the mood to start writing if you see a video like that. And I want to do that, but because I have no routine, I feel like that might help me or might turn out like bad. So let me know if you're interested in seeing that. I know a lot of people that I talk to are wanting to write a book, so that can be like a good video to like actually get in a mood to start writing, because that's for me actually. Like every time I see like a writing vlog, I'm like so excited to start writing. A little update. I have to be quiet because my parents are already asleep, but it's now 10:20 p.m. and I'm almost falling asleep at my desk, but I managed to write some more words, and in total for today I wrote more than 2,100 words, which is honestly good for me. I'm really glad that I could write so many words, but I'm almost at like 13,500 words in total, which means I'm practically at 15,000 words. Does that make sense? But I'm so close to 15,000 words. Like that seems so close, but it's still like 1,748 words to go. So it's not that close, but it's close enough for me. I'm going to end the video here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It's completely free. It would help my channel so much. Let me know if you want to see like a writing vlog sometimes, because that would make me, that's so excited for me to film, and I'm so looking forward to that. Like, I don't know, I feel like that would be so much fun to film. That it's way better said than before, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, I don't know, whatever else to say. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye.